Yo, peace and blessings. It's your boy Burnell Washburn, back with another quick episode of Creative Success. I hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day so far. Wanted to share some inspiring, uplifting words with you guys like I always do. A lot of people are going through self-doubt. A lot of people have family and friends that don't believe in them. I've dealt with this really hardcore, and so I wanted to just kind of share some words on that subject of like, if you're going for something, if you're chasing a dream, part of the price you have to pay is people not believing in you. People that should believe in you. People that you love so much, that are in your family, your friends, people that are really close to you. Like, for me, it's been my own family. For me, it seems like all these strangers get so inspired by me, so uplifted by my words and message, and like I can go travel the country and go touring and just make such a like positive impact on so many people. And then I come home and my own family basically thinks I'm like the biggest piece of shit to ever walk the face of the earth. So it's just like the price you have to pay for success, and we can't let it beat us down. You know what I mean? Like part of what triggered this video is because I just got like a text from a family member who was like upset that I can't or that I'm not coming to a wedding or something that's coming up. And it's like, I had a show that's been booked for months longer than way before I knew about the wedding. Shows and stuff are the only way I pay my bills, really. Like, I don't make money off these YouTube videos yet. So it's like shows, merch sales, sponsors, and album sales and CD sales and stuff. That's like, and beat sales. That's how I make my living, right? So like, one show could be the difference between me paying rent or not that month. That's just kind of where I'm at. I'm transcending past that rapidly, but like, you know, to me, that's a blessing. To me, I'm killing it. Like, yo, I get to pay my bills off doing what I love. I do not wake up and do shit I hate every day like all these other people that I see miserable. And no disrespect if you're doing that, if that's where you're at, no disrespect. I've done it a lot. I have massive compassion for that. I'm just saying, like, I have transcended beyond that, and I'm proud of myself. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of people that haven't transcended that or don't think that's possible for them, like, look at me and just think that I'm throwing my life away, or they think that like, a lot of people will get jealous of you too, you know, when you do succeed. It's like, it's funny, when I do have a good month and I do make good money, I'll get people in my own family that are jealous. Oh, I wish I could just make money that easily. Some of us have to work hard for it, you know what I mean? And it's like, but then if I don't have money, then they're beating me up on the other aspect of it, of like, oh, well, I see you got your head in the clouds, you should be working a job and shit. And it's like, it's funny, but there's all these external voices, right? But I can't listen to them. You can't listen to them. We got to listen to our heart. We know what's best. Listen to our intuition. Trust the spirit. Trust the divine. Trust what you know to be right for you, and don't listen to anybody else. You know what I mean? It's not like completely have your head up your ass and ignore everybody else's feedback all the time. It's like I take it and I like analyze it, and I think of whether or not it serves me or not. And like, there's times where you can use that. You can use like people attacking you or doubting you as fuel. Like, it's called the light side of the dark side, you know what I mean? So you can use, the dark side is powerful, yo. A lot of people think I'm just like sunshine and rainbows, peace, love, and positivity all the time, but like, I know how to use the dark side too. I know how to harness that negative energy for positive reasons. So like, when someone doubts you or whatever, like, you can use that as fuel to like go prove them wrong. But you only want to live in that energy like 20% of the time. Like 80% of your drive, like for me, 80% of my drive and ambition to succeed is because I see people suffering and I want to help. I want to add value to this world. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to consistently grow, get stronger, healthier, happier, more vibrant, more creative, more inspiring, and just help more people see the light, help more people that are struggling through hard times, all of that. That's 80% of the reason that I do all these videos and this music and fucking work so hard and grind, you know what I mean? But then 20% of the reason is to like say fuck you to all these people that are doubting me and just show them like, what's up? Like, I knew it was coming. Just because you couldn't see it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean? That's the dark side. You don't want to be too much there, because that can be like very, very dangerous. It's like a double-edged sword. But just a little bit of that energy can really propel you forward. Like about a year, maybe less than a year ago, my dad came over to my house and like basically just like freaked out at me and told me I was a piece of shit for all this stuff, and how like I'm throwing my life away and I'm just trying to be black or something because he doesn't understand hip-hop and whatever like that. And like I got really upset. Like it messed with me hardcore. It was like one of the hardest, most challenging conversations that I had. And like I always knew he didn't really support me and believe me, but I thought like, oh, maybe that's all in my head, you know, maybe I'm just making it up, and maybe he really is proud of me secretly and stuff. Nope. He really is not proud of me, and he's actually the opposite. He was actually very like, he basically had like an intervention with me, how I need to stop this music shit and get my life together. Which is funny because like I've been making my living off music for years. I haven't had a job. I worked one job for like a month or two, but other than that, I haven't had a job in like 7 or 8 years, and I've just been making ends meet with music. I've been able to travel. I've been able to see the world. I've been able to keep fresh clothes on my daughter and fresh, delicious, organic, healthy food in our fridge. Like, I'm killing it. I love it. I'm so stoked where I'm at. But other people don't see it. They come in and they see, oh, you don't have a flat screen TV and a BMW. Like, oh, your life must suck then. And it's like, no, I just have different values. I don't value that stuff that much. I've had that stuff and it didn't really, I've had a $15,000 car. I've had the fucking 4K flat screen. None of that shit really like lit me up that much. It was like, kind of gave me like temporary satisfaction. Then you just want the next nicer thing and whatever. So I started placing my value in like providing value to others, being in nature, living my life on my own terms, doing what I love, being creative, getting to wake up every single day and just do what I'm most passionate about and spend my time how I want to spend it, rather than chasing money and chasing things that I don't want to please people that never really gonna understand me in the first place. Like, I'm glad I learned all that, so I don't really place, not that I'm anti-materialistic. I think materialistic stuff is great to experience while we're here on this physical plane. We're on a physical plane, so of course I want to soak up all the physical aspects of this life, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do shit that I hate and just like suffer through miserable times and trade my time that I can never get back for random stuff that I don't need, because you can always get more money, but you can never get more time. So I'm going for my passion, I'm going for my dreams, doing what I love. And like, it's hard. There's times where people aren't going to see you. You might be working for 10 years and it hasn't broken through yet, and other people are not going to see it yet. But as long as you can see it, and as long as you know that you're on the right path and you're doing everything you can to propel yourself forward and grow into the person that you can be and trying to unleash your potential, you'll feel good about yourself. Like, it doesn't bother me when other people think I'm a piece of shit, because I know I'm not. I work so hard every day. I take aligned, inspired action every day. I give and serve every day. I uplift and inspire every day. I donate money every single day. I help people get clean water. And it's like, yeah, I could have bought a flat screen last month, but I'd rather give people access to clean water that can't, that don't have access to that, because I feel blessed and it just lights me up in a different way than a TV does. Not to say I'm like anti-TV again, but it's like, that was just like one example, because my dad came over and was like, don't even have a fucking TV and all that, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't care about that stuff, yo. But anyway, this whole rant was basically just to remind you to keep believing in you, keep doing what you know to be true, and use just a little bit of that pain that you're getting from the people that doubt you to fuel you forward. Like, maybe a little bit of what they're saying is right. Usually if we get triggered by something, that's usually right. So the part of the reason that even like all this stuff that my dad said did upset me is because a small piece of what he was saying, most of it wasn't, but a small piece of what he was saying was actually true, and I did actually need to like light a fire under my ass, get my shit together a little bit more, and take an honest look at myself and honestly assess, like, from an unbiased perspective, unemotional perspective of like, how am I really doing? Am I really cut out for this? Do I really have what it takes? You know what I mean? And I did a lot of soul searching, and I found out, yes, I do. I have more than enough of what it takes, and this is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to do it, and I am doing it, and it's getting better and bigger and more successful by the day. And just because other people can't see it, or it's different than their definition of success, then it doesn't, I'm living in my truth. I'm doing what's right for me. It's my life, motherfucker. It's my life. It's your life. Don't let people tell you how to live your life. You know what I mean? Take everything with a grain of salt. Take their words and honestly assess yourself and like see what's true in what they're saying, especially if it triggers you. But discard the rest and just follow your heart and do what you know is right, because eventually it's gonna happen, just like it happens all the time with all sorts of like successful people and musicians and stuff. They get to the end of their life and whatever, and they're happy that they chased a dream. They're happy that they went for something. Like the biggest regret of the dying, the two biggest regrets are, number one, not going after what they could have done, not chasing their potential, not doing like what really lit their soul up. They took the safe route or the easy route, or they did what society or their family wanted them to do instead of what they wanted to do. That's the number one regret. Number two regret is just not expressing love enough to the people that they cared about. So that's from thousands and thousands and thousands of interviews and people on their deathbeds, people saying that their biggest regret is, I should have chased that dream. I should have followed my heart. I should have loved more. I should have followed my passion, and instead of taking the safe route or doing what my family or what society thought was right for me. And you also got to have compassion and understanding for these people. After I did a lot of soul searching, I understood like, oh, my dad's not like saying a piece of shit to try to hurt me and because he's an asshole. It's like, no, he loves me and he's trying to protect me, and that's his fear being projected onto me because he's scared and he loves me, wants me to succeed and be prosperous, and he's scared that since he doesn't see the results yet, he's scared that they're not going to come, and so he's basically kind of like unleashing his fear, projecting his fear onto me, and I have to just have the awareness that that's not even his soul, that's his ego, and it's natural for him to have that fear, and like it'll be natural for me to have that fear for my daughter too, and I'll have to like transcend past my own fear and try not to project it on her, and try to just come from a more loving place and more supportive place. But I'll tell you this, I'm not going to get to the end of my deathbed and just wish that I had tried this. There's still plenty of time. I could completely fail at this music stuff. Obviously, I'm not failing because I'm touring and making money and getting, tons of fans and getting paid to do what I love. Like every single day, I'm selling albums and shirts and touring and playing shows and getting to perform with some of the biggest names in the entire world, like literally some of the most famous people in the world I've been on stage with, and like that's a blessing. And it's like the crazy amounts of money haven't come yet, maybe only getting $1,000 or less per show right now, but that's changing rapidly, and pretty soon it'll be $5K a show, $10K a show, $100K a show, and then like I'll be making more in a night than like any of these people in my family that are judging me have really ever made in a year. And then yeah, I will be able to cancel the show and go to a wedding, and yeah, I will be able to not like be having to do everything for money or whatever. I'll be able to kind of like have like more freedom. But for right now, it's like I feel blessed. I feel like I get to do what I love every day. I get to spend a lot of time in nature. I get to hang out with beautiful, inspired, creative people, and I get to uplift and share my words and messages with you guys. And like, I'm stoked on my life, you know what I mean? I really am super happy with where I'm at, and I'm constantly growing. Growing equals happiness. Progress equals happiness. And as long as I'm making more progress and I'm doing a little bit better than I was last week and last month, then I feel great about myself, you know what I mean? So we can't compare ourselves to others. Like my purpose on this planet is different than my dad's purpose or my aunt's purpose or my cousin's purpose or whoever's purpose. It's my purpose. God gave it to me and me only, so I can't expect anyone else to see, and I have to have compassion for all of the people that are judging me and trust that they aren't doing it they're doing it out of love, and they're, which is masked by their own fear, you know what I mean? And they're projecting their fears on us, but we can't I'm not gonna create beef with my family and hate on them for that. I'm gonna meet them with compassion. I'm gonna use the little bit of stuff that lights me up and gives me that fuel, and I'm gonna make myself twice as successful because of that. But I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm not gonna let it discourage me or prevent me from doing what I know to be true for me and like living out my purpose, because like I said, it's not their purpose, it's mine. So if you just stay true with yourself and what you know to be right, and just keep following that path, following your heart, it's all gonna work out. Just don't get too caught up in what everyone else thinks about you and what everyone else is projecting on you, because like I said, that's their own fear a lot of the time. And if we just kind of stay true to ourselves, I guarantee we'll be happier in the long run. I'm gonna be at the end of my deathbed knowing that I went for what I was called to do. I tried. I put everything I had into it, and even if I fail, even if like this whole music journey is like an epic failure and I never get any more successful than I am right now, like I've learned so much. I've grown so much. I have become such a better person in so many ways that'll help me in whatever else I'm meant to do and will carry on to my next path. Like, that's another thing too. If you got a passion or whatever, or you got something that you're called to do, just go for it and don't worry about whether it's like the catch-all, end-all or whatever. Because like for me, it was skateboarding for years. I want to be a pro skateboarder for years, and I put everything I had into it, and then it faded out. But it wasn't like time in vain. It wasn't time wasted, because everything I learned in skateboarding ended up being my biggest advantage in the music game. If I hadn't have been a skateboarder, like, I wouldn't understand marketing and branding and entrepreneurship and creativity and like self-expression and all these things in the ways that I do, in the unique ways that I do, that have ended up being some of my biggest advantages in the music space. So I urge you to just like go all in on whatever your heart calls you to do, and trust that that's either going to work out or it's going to lead you to the skills, the networks, the habits, the mindsets, and the other things that you need to succeed and thrive in whatever's next for you after that. So always have faith. Use the dark side just a little bit for the right ways. Live in your own truth, because if you do go do what society or your family wants you to do, this happens so much. You go do what they want you to do and you end up unhappy, and then you resent them. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to resent my own family and my grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins and dad and all these people that don't believe in me. Besides my mom, she always believed in me. Rest in peace. She's the one that always had my back, and some of my aunts did too and shit. But like, you know, I can't. They come from a different time. They come from a different kind of background and different societal conditioning, and I just think differently. I'm a unique soul, so like, I don't expect them to understand, and I just gotta have love for them. And I hope you can do the same with your family or with whoever's doubting you. I know like it's hard that like a lot of times the people that are close to you will cause the most pain, but gotta meet them with compassion and just trust that we're all on our different paths, and we all deep down want what's best for ourselves and what's best for each other. So if someone's projecting that fear on you, it's like, really try to see how they're actually loving you.